Are you looking for a mysterious read that has Indian settings and Indian characters? Are you looking for a short read that will befuddle you to no end? Do you enjoy complex, complicated mysteries that puzzle you and that leave you wanting for more? If the answer to any of these questions or all of these questions is yes, then my friends, you've come to the right video. Hey guys, I'm Sankalpita and you're watching BookGeeks India, which is a channel where I make book related videos. In this video, I bring to you the book review of this book that I recently read, and that is by an author who loves to dabble his hands in a lot of genres, from contemporary fiction to romance to thriller, mystery, and also science fiction. He has written them all. In this video, I'm gonna bring to you the book review of She Erased Her by Himanshu Rai. Now, She Erased Her is a book that, from the look of it, from the cover and the blurb of it, looks like a perfect combination of mystery, thrill, and drama. Now, I'm going to divide this review into different sections, and the first section talks about the story of the book. So, what is the storyline? Well, the book tells us the story of this girl called Samira who met with an accident 8 months ago, and for the next 6 months, she was in coma. But since the last 2 months, she's been feeling better. She's actually awakened from her coma, and now finally she feels perfectly alright and she wants to go back to her office. Her office where she works as a cartoonist in a newspaper agency, in a newspaper company. But here is the tricky thing. Samira is actually suffering from memory loss, and because of that she is not able to recall anything else from her past except that she met with an accident and she was in coma for 6 months. Now when Samira goes to office for the first time, within the very first week of her stepping out of her home, she experiences weird and inexplicable things. Number one, her mother starts behaving very strangely. Number two, the colleagues in her office are also kind of weird. They're acting in a very strange manner. And number three, there is this woman called Kiara who's sending Samira cryptic and ominous and foreboding kind of messages. And Samira has no idea why or how or who Kiara is. But before Samira can actually get to the end of this mystery, finding out who Kiara is, there comes this guy called Rohan. Rohan, who's dashing, who's charming, and who's handsome. Rohan, who Samira just can't help but fall in love with. But unfortunately for Samira, there is actually never the concept of a happily ever after. She's constantly being haunted by all these messages that Kiara is leaving for her, and also there is a guy who seems to be following each of her moves. And as if these two are not enough, Samira also experiences a lot of visions of traumas and tortures that flashes in front of her eyes every now and then, and she has no clue why. Now, this book, She Erased Her, is the story of Samira and the mysterious life that she has led until now and what is happening to her even now. So now it's upon Samira to find out who is doing all these things to her, who is Kiara, and what does she want from her. So guys, this was the premise of the book, and now let's talk about the mystery thrill quotient. The mystery in the book is very layered, and let me tell you that it is very thickly layered. Most of the mystery comes to you in layers and it catches you unawares at a time when you least expect it to. Now the action in the book is such that it actually changes from one timeline to another. It constantly shifts between these two, and even the location keeps changing. So you are actually on an adventure which takes you from Delhi to Indore to Rishikesh to Nainital and then again back to Delhi. So this particular element adds a lot of adventure to the mix. Now coming to the writing part of the book, I think if I really think about it, the writing might seem a little unpolished. Like there are places where the writing appeals a little choppy, a little hasty, and also a little unreal. And further, if I talk about the romance part, of course the mystery is great. But when it comes to the romance angle, I think it was very hastily done. It was sort of mechanical, it lacked passion. Like it did have the physical kind of passion, but on an emotional level, it actually failed to connect with the reader. When I talk about the language is very beginner friendly, so anybody with basic knowledge of English can easily pick it up. Now, talking to the editing aspect of it, there are certain editing mistakes that you might find in the book. Now, these are not so much that would actually deteriorate your reading pleasure, but nevertheless, they might be visible to a keen eye, to a keen reader. Coming to the pace of the book is very fast. So the mystery moves at a very fast angle, and it is an even pace book. Like most of the books, if you see a lot of thrillers as well, they dull down in between, and sometimes they pick up and then they again dull down. This book, however, maintains a steady pace, which is one area it actually scores a lot of good points. Sometimes it does happen that the reader has to go back to the previous pages to just understand what just happened, because the mystery gets that complicated in certain areas, but then that's a good thing, right? And let me tell you that the book is a very short read. It's just 135 pages, and there is never a single dull moment in the entire book. Another thing that I love about this book is that the book is very women centric. It has very strong female characters, characters that are bold, characters that are powerful, characters that are like inspirational. And if I may say so, characters that appear like the femme fatale. You know what I mean, right? Another thing to watch out for is the character transformations. You will come across some interesting character transformations which will appeal to the reader in you. Talking about the climax, I think the climax was utterly unpredictable. Like, I couldn't have guessed it right till the end. The book got so confusing in the end. Like I told you, I had to go back pages after pages and read certain things again. It was like very complicated. But in the end, it does give a befitting end to the story. But there's only one thing that I want to mention here. It's that the climax does have some loopholes that are left unplugged, and some questions that are left unanswered, and some parts of the mystery are very conveniently plugged in, so much so that it makes it a little unbelievable. I'm talking about the entertainment. I think the book is a racy read. Like I told you, it's fast paced and it has the perfect combination of love, drama, romance, friendships, mystery, thriller, and a lot of things. It is a book that has a lot of young adult characters who are just out of college, and I think in that way it will appeal to college readers a lot. And in the end, it is a book that has a message. It is a book that shows you just how far one can go for love, lust, passion, and justice. And finally, guys, with that thought, I end this review. I would give this book 3.75 out of 5 stars. If you want to go and check out the book, I will leave the Amazon buy link down below. I think it's available for a special Kindle price right now. And I hope so when this video goes up, it will be the same. Let's hope for that. And do check it out. Do leave a review if you read it. And that's pretty much it, guys. This was the book review of She Erased Her by Himanshu Rai. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like. And I will see you with another video super soon. Until then, bye.